Well, hello, friend, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Marie Dalmes. Today, we will be talking about some of the biblical passages and in reference to some of the notable characters in the Bible who suffer from depression. Friends, I pray that their story can be very encouraging to you because they will show you how faith and being vulnerable can work together in helping you finding peace and hope. Well, I ask you today, what if God's voice can reach you even in your darkest moment? For some of you, darkest moment can be seen as maybe losing your job, right? Maybe losing a family member. Maybe your health has been impacted. Maybe being addicted with something, right? Maybe your family member struggling with addiction. It could be work overload. For some, it might be legal status, wanting to gain legal status in the country they live at, struggling to find papers, maybe to work and to make a living, right? Others could be diagnosis. They've been diagnosed with something and unsure how to move forward with that. Others could be surgeries. They have to undergo some type of surgeries and wonder if only if they're gonna make it back okay, right? Maybe maybe you're fighting to keep your family together. Maybe to raise your children in a safe environment, to give you a sense of peace, to know that your children will be okay. So, friends, whatever it is you're struggling with, whatever bring you to that darkest moment, let me begin let you know that you are not invisible to God when you suffer. Because as we read in 1 King 19, verse 4 and 5, and we see even God's prophet felt like giving up. But God always made them there in their lowest. That's exactly what I want to talk to you about today. I know some people might be struggling with their culture because um, a, they may not be able to disclose. And others might be their faith community that they're not able to disclose that they are suffering from this or that, and which stop them from talking about the struggle or feeling what they're feeling because they're scared that people might judge them if they know they struggle with mental illness, and maybe people might lose faith in them and think that they possess and don't trust them. And if you feel all these things, and that's valid, it's not good to be judged. And I can understand that you worry that people may feel as though you don't have faith, but I get it. But my job is to increase awareness and let people see that mental illness is not something that just began now. Mental illnesses started a long time ago, and it's mentioned so many times in the Bible. And as Christians, we need to increase our awareness. It's not 100% demonic, like some people may feel and think. I was surprised to meet with someone in the community that's a leader, and that person actually told me that she believed that mental illnesses is 100% demonic. I was shocked. I was definitely shocked. There's a lot of people in the Bible that struggle with mental illnesses and they overcome it. It wasn't because they were possessed, right? Hence why I want to put together psychology and scriptures together so you could see what's going on with mental illnesses. So you could start talking, start sharing about your situation, your mental illnesses struggle. Okay. So Elijah was a prophet himself. God trusted him with his messages, right? And he did so much. And he went and fight. Then after he won the victory, so he was persecuted by the queen. So he had to run and hide. And God had to come and bail him out, right? That's depression right there because so much was going on for him. He couldn't handle what's going on and he felt overwhelmed and didn't want to live, right? And it's the same with David, right? If you remember the story of David as well, David went to God raw and let God know how he was feeling. He wasn't feeling himself. He wanted God to come and rescue him, right? And when we think about Job, Job was a wealthy person and he had children and he was wealthy and healthy, and all of a sudden, everything was gone. He went into despair, and of course, losing someone that you love, losing your health, you feel exhausted and you will definitely fall into deep state of despair, and that's depression. For someone to have suicidal thought, that's signs of someone being depressed. And all these people were depressed. And can you think of a time yourself and you feel as though living life was not worth it? So all of us, I'm sure all of us can relate to that. Can relate that we feel as though we want to go lay down and close our eyes and not waking up, it would feel much better, right? But it doesn't mean that they possess. It means that they being human, they going through some tough time. I'm not sure what you going through. What might make you feel as though life is not worth living. But I want you to know that Elijah felt as though he shouldn't continue on because he was scared of what laid ahead for him, right? Because he asked God to take his life in the wilderness. Again, even strong prophet get overwhelmed, but God provision was sufficient, right? God did send an angel to touch and provide him nourishment to renew him and to give him strength to continue on his journey. So it's really important to look into all these things because when someone is depressed as well, that depression impacted their cognition, impacted their physical and emotional. So as you can see, Elijah didn't want to eat or needed food or needed something to drink to renewed, and Elijah needed rest. And that's what happened when someone is depressed. They need that. They need the system, the support system to support them. God was their support system in time of trouble. God was their support system, right? Because Job had a conversation with God, right? Because you need to have someone who you can trust in, who you can rely on, right? Well, friends, if you don't have anyone that you can rely on, and the story is clear, letting us know that David went to God raw, right? So Elijah went to God again raw, and and they want to live, right? So Jeremiah as well. Jeremiah was chosen, right? And he went through some struggle, all right. And the physical being was impacted. They're emotional because Jeremiah again wanted to die. He didn't want to live life, right? You see the similarity, you see where I'm coming from, and you see where I'm going with you. Yes, depression has been in the Bible for a long time. But did it mean that Jeremiah was possessed? Is that because he was possessed? Would you say yes? I don't think so. So, which means there's different things that can go wrong with the body, right? And we know there's different causes that cause someone to be depressed. It doesn't have to be demonic. So, your chemical imbalance, neurotransmitter not communicating the right way, inherited traits, your environment, a lot of things can impact that, but it doesn't take just one style of treatment to restore you. God allowed the professionals in your life for a reason. God gave the knowledge for a reason. Let's keep connected. Let's keep talking because God is able. He will strengthen you. He will use whatever you're going through to better you and someone else's because they're going to see through you, God, because you went through whatever you went through and you bounced back. They will question that. It's not going to go unnoticed. Friends, I love you. Keep talking, keep sharing, keep watching. And don't forget to subscribe and like. Until then, God bless.